Hi everyone, it's Brenda here from My Paper Crafting Life, and I wanted to talk to you today about making a second layout. If you were lucky enough to get the Autumn Cottage project booklet, you know that all the layouts are one-page layouts. Well, I want to turn them into two-page layouts for you. So today I'm going to work with the first layout. This is the first layout right here. And I left some things off in the first layout. I left off the journaling card. I left off a sticker border here because we're going to be making second layouts. And I want to have some of those items for the second layout. So now I want to show you how to take something like this and turn it into a second page. I think you're really going to like this. It's so easy and so fun. And so the first thing we're going to do is grab another piece of bright white paper. Now you'll notice in the project booklet I have splattering up in the right corner and up in the bottom, or in the upper left and the bottom right. I want to keep this in a triangular look, and so I'm going to actually splatter in the upper right corner for this. Now when I splatter, I've done splattering videos before for you, so you know that I use a paintbrush when I splatter, and I squeeze a little bit out on the side, little bit of shimmer on the side, and then cap that off. I want to make sure you're seeing that in the video. Yes, you are. And so then I'm going to keep this in my hand to use for tapping, and I'm going to grab some of that gold shimmer, and I'm just going to tap it off on the top right. Now, if you're worried about your desk or your mat, you might want to put some scrap paper down, but because you're going so close and you're picking up shimmer from here, you're going to have a little bit more control. I've got a little bit of shimmer on my desk right here. It wipes right off, you guys. You don't even have to worry about that. And what I'm getting on the barrel of the shimmer brush, you can take that right off. If you need a little bit more wetness in there, you can spray a little bit of water, and that'll bring a little more shimmer out for you. And there we go. There we have a little bit more up in that upper right corner. Okay, so the next thing I want to do while that's drying is I want to cut out another 4-inch circle out of that vellum. We cut the 4-inch circle for the first page, and now I want to cut it for the second page. And if you note in the directions, when you're cutting out the circles, you want a 4-inch circle, and it's the outside of the smallest. So I want to show you these. There's 3 sizes, and we're going to cut the 4-inch out of this smallest one. Okay, so let's move these out of the way, and we're going to use the blue blade. Okay, now I always use a little bit of masking tape to hold my paper down. There's feet on the bottom of this that hold it really well when you're using it. And I'm gonna grab my blue blade. There are 3 different blades, a red, a green, and a blue. And if you buy the circle cutting system, you really need all of them. You pull that out, flip it over. It's like a protective housing for your blade. And you've got the 2 pieces that fit in the rungs of the circle and then the blade. So I'm just going to put that in the rungs of the circle and just bring it around. Now don't force it, okay? When you try to force it, it actually stalls it, like I just did right now. It actually stalls it, and you end up not having that circle that you need. Just hold it, you know, carefully, and just hold it in that rung, and you're going to get exactly what you need. So there I have my circle. I want that circle for this page to keep the circular effect going on the 2 pages. Okay, so now I'm going to pull that out with these little things on the side. and put that right back in the housing. So easy to cut circles this way. And I've got my nice circle. All right, now I'm gonna grab that paper, which should be dry by now, and I'm gonna use squares. And I've got some squares of tangerine, which is what we used on the first layout for our photo mats. Okay, and I'm going to use a little bit of the, what is this paper called? I want to call it the right thing. An abstract orange, and I'm going to put a tangerine. I'm going to line these up first before I adhere anything down. Now you will have enough paper to cut all of these, so don't worry. I'm trying to make it so that you do. And I'm gonna leave it right like that so that you don't have to worry about trying to fill the page and everything. Now, I want to use this circle underneath the paper to bring this circle in. Why am I putting it up there? Again, we're going in this triangular fashion. So we're going to put the circle up here. Okay. Let's measure the bottom of this. I've got my paper on my cutting mat, which is also a great guide to use for a mat when you're scrapbooking. And I think I want to have it about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. We're going to try that. And I'm going to adhere these with the repositionable. It's called repositionable in your books, but I really like to look at it as a dots runner. When you are done putting it down and you leave it, it's going to be permanent. So you don't have to worry that it's then repositionable, because it's not. It's not going to move on you. Now there was a reason that I used the repositionable, because I want to see where these will sit if I have them at 3/4 of an inch. I think I'm going to like it better at 1 so that these mats are closer together. And because I have used repositionable, I can just pull this up. Isn't that great? I love the dots runner, and I think you will too. And for those of you that know that I came from close to my heart, you know that I loved the close to my heart tape runner, which was also a dots tape runner. So I'm going to put this 1/2 inch from the edge and 1 inch from the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to go up here and put this 1 inch from the edge and 1/2 inch from the left side. 1 inch from the top edge. And I like to do the top and the bottom first so that I've got them all lined up where I need to have everything. Okay, now let's go ahead and put down these oh, see, that's a perfect distance apart. That's just what we want in a layout, just something like that. Now I'm going to leave this up here so that I can go ahead and add this abstract orange. The same distance away from that tangerine cardstock as I have these two. Okay, now let's go down to the bottom and do the 1 inch again. If you don't have a ruler, Creative Memories, we have a 0 centering ruler that will work very well for you when you are doing something like this. So it'll fit right across your mat so you don't have to worry. Now I'm just going to put that piece of tangerine right in there. Okay. Now I'll take this circle that I cut using the blue blade and the smallest circle. It's a little bit larger than 4 inches. So what I did was, we've got this small circle going into a bigger circle, going into just a little bigger circle on the side. It's a really nice design element, and I think you're gonna like it. Let's get this up a little bit. That's repositionable, so I can lift it up. And then let's put some vellum tape. I love the vellum tape. It does not show through, but even still, I'm only gonna put it in the part that goes underneath this mat. So it'll sit right like that. And then I can put some more repositionable tape right on the bottom to hold that firm on the corners where I picked it up. And there we go. All right, we're off to a good start with our layout. Now I've got some 3x3 photo mats, and I'm going to put those down in some of these places where I know I'm going to want photos. There are never enough layouts for fall photos. I think we all take a lot of photos. And I'm putting them on the tangerine. There you go. So you've got 3 photos there, but what if you want another one? Well, you can decide where you want that to be. Now there's an option here. You can always put your photo on the outside of this circle, which is a very nice design. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it there for you because I want you to see what that would look like. No photo mat behind it, nothing, just direct to paper and right on the page, right around that circle. Let's make sure I have it straight. I tend to eyeball things. And we are straight as far as I can see. And so a nice photo will go right there. I've got some leaf paper, which is the back side of this abstract orange. And I'm going to cut one more down to 3x3 because I think this is, all those photo mats were 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. I'm just gonna cut this down to 3 inches with my trimmer. So easy to do, so fast to do. And I'm going to put that here because now we have a nice balance of that leaf paper with the vellum, with the abstract orange. Oh, I didn't put these down. It's too bad someone can't talk to me through the camera and say, you didn't glue those down, they're gonna move when you pick it up. Scrapbooking, it's a wonderful hobby because there is no right or wrong. I'm giving you an idea of a layout to use along with this. And look at how nicely it matches this layout because you've got your splatter going down in a triangle. That's a really big design theory in scrapbooking. You've got your smallest, the middle, and the largest circle over here. You've got room for 2 photos here, 4 photos there, and we're going to finish off this page. Now, you may want to, if you decide to do 2-page layouts with your pages, you may want to wait until the very end to see what you have left as far as supplies go. So I grabbed a second set of borders so that I would have the same border on each page. You may want to do that if you're doing 2 pages. If you want the elements to be the same, you may very well want to grab a second set of borders or stickers, whatever it is you think you need. And this is 1/2 inch from the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. I'm leaving very little repositionable up here because I still need to put that 3x3 photo right here. And we all have those landscape photos that are going to look so beautiful behind this white picket fence. So here we go. 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. So I'm not worried about covering up some of this photo because it's not going to matter. If it matters to you, I want you to put your photo mats up higher so that you have that full picture in there. But this is a very nice landscape spot. Or if you have some dead space in your photo at the bottom, that's also a very good spot. Now I want to teach you something else that's really critical to learn. I want my brown dual tip journal pen, and I'm going to draw some journaling lines. Now, don't fill up your pages so much with photos that you forget to leave room for journaling. This 2 set of pages will hold at least 6 photos and actually could hold 9. That's going to be enough. You can leave this little space for journaling lines. And what I do is I just draw them with the pen and then go 1/4 inch up and draw it another line. So here we go. I think I've got them 1/2 inch apart this time. That's okay. If you write a little bigger, you've got 1/2 inch. If you decide that that's too much space, you can go ahead and draw a line in between. It is not important, ladies or gentlemen, that you have the lines ending at exactly the same place. Don't worry about that because it's not something that's going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Your writing, your handwriting is going to be on those pages. And I really hope you do handwrite because there are times that I will not handwrite and I'll use typing because I need to say so much that I know I'm not going to fit it in these little spaces. However, get your handwriting in there because it's so important to your future generations to see that handwriting. Now, I'm going to take a peek here for a minute and see what stickers I haven't used. And I'm going to go ahead and use some of those. I can use this because in the project booklet, I'm not going to make the card and the bookmark. I'm going to go ahead and use the stickers that are on there. So I have a tree, which is really a beautiful tree. And I'm going to tuck it behind this fence. But before I put it down, I want to put some 3D foam tape on the back of that, okay? Now our foam tape comes in these squares and there's many different sizes on there. So you'll have all the sizes that you need. And I'm going to go ahead and just put some 3D foam right on there. And I think this is going to help you see why I did this. Let's take the backing off of here. And if you wanted to, you could put 3D foam tape on either side. I think we're going to be just fine with this. Look at that. It elevates that tree up in the air so it gives it more of a real look. Okay, and then leaves are falling, autumn is calling. I'm going to actually put that across one of these mats so that I have something in there. And then we have the little tag that says friends. And I'm going to put that right up here. Isn't that lovely? Now we finished a second page. How easy was that to add a second page to this layout? Let me find the first one. So that you can have 2 pages on your layout. Let me make sure that we are in the camera so that you can see this. And if you're buying this, if you bought the Autumn Cottage workshop and were lucky enough to get the project booklet, I want you to know that these squares in the back are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's all you need to know. I made this circle just a little bit larger than the 4-inch one. It's about 4 1/2. And I purchased a second package of borders so that I would have the same borders across the bottom. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and making it into 2 pages, and I hope that you love Autumn Cottage. Have a great day, everyone.